Mecca is situated at an elevation of 909 feet 277 meters above sea level in the dry beds of the Wadi Ibrahim and several of its short tributaries. It is surrounded by the Tirat Mountains, the peaks of which include Mount Jabal Ajiyat, which rises to 1,332 feet, and Mount Abu Qubays, which attains 1,220 feet. To the east and Mount An, which reaches 1,401 feet. To the west, Mount Hira rises to 2,080 feet on the northeast and contains a cave in which Muhammad sought isolation and visions before he became a prophet. It was also in this cave that he received the first verse of the Holy Quran. South of the city, Mount Thawr 2,490 feet contains the cave in which the Prophet secreted himself from his Meccan enemies during the Hijrah to Medina, the event that marks the beginning of the Muslim calendar. Entrance to the city is gained through 4 gaps in the surrounding mountains. The passes lead from the northeast to Mina, Arafat, and Al-If, from the northwest to Medina, from the west to Jeddah, and from the south to Yemen. The gaps have also defined the direction of the contemporary expansion of the city. Because of its relatively low-lying location, Mecca is threatened by seasonal flash floods despite the low amount of annual precipitation. There are less than 5 inches 130 millimeters of rainfall during the year, mainly in the winter months. Temperatures are high throughout the year and in summer may reach 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 49 degrees Celsius. Plants and animals are scarce and consist of species that can withstand a high degree of aridity and heat. Natural vegetation includes tamarisks and various types of acacia. Wild animals include wild cats, wolves, hyenas, foxes, mongooses, and kangaroo rats jerboas. The city centers on the Aram Mosque, also called the Great Mosque, in which are situated the Kaaba and the sacred well of Zamzam. The compact built-up area around the mosque comprises the Old City, which stretches to the north and southwest but is limited on the east and west by the nearby mountains. The main avenues are Al-Muda and Sak al-Lail to the north of the mosque and Al-Sak al-Sar to the south. Since World War II, Mecca has expanded along the roads through the mountain gaps to the north, northwest, and west. Among the modern residential areas are Al-Azizia and Al-Faysalia along the road to Mina and Al-Ihir, Al-Zahra, and Shari, Al-Man along the roads to Jeddah and Medina. Expansion has been accompanied by the construction of new streets in the Old City. In the 21st century, a number of skyscraper hotels were built in the area around the mosque. The Aram Mosque is magnificent in its size and architecture and has been embellished and enlarged on numerous occasions through the centuries. Most recently in a series of massive expansions by the government of Saudi Arabia in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. The state-of-the-art complex, now multi-level, includes an advanced communication network, air conditioning, escalators, and a complex network of pedestrian routes and tunnels, in addition to numerous aesthetic and artistic accompaniments. The mosque can accommodate 1 million worshippers at a time. Houses near the mosque have been raised, and it is now surrounded by open spaces and wide streets, which can be crossed through underground walkways built to ease traffic. To the south of the Aram Mosque, the Saudi government built the Abrai Al-Bayt skyscraper complex, one of the world's largest and tallest buildings, to house hotels, shopping centers, and prayer areas near the holy. The population density in Mecca is high. Most of the people are concentrated in the Old City, while densities in the modern residential areas are the lowest in the city. During the month of pilgrimage, the city is swollen with 1 to 2 million worshippers from other parts of Saudi Arabia and from other Muslim countries. Entrance into Mecca is permitted only to followers of Islam. Mecca is, however, one of the most cosmopolitan cities in the world, containing people from various countries throughout the globe. People of the same national origin tend to live together in certain parts of the city. Arable land and water are scarce, and food must be imported. Vegetables and fruits are brought in daily from the surrounding wadis, such as Wadi Ima, from the If area to the east-southeast, and from the southern agricultural areas, such as Bilad Gamid and Bilad Zahran. Foodstuffs are imported from abroad mainly through the port of Jeddah, 45 miles 70 kilometers to the west on the Red Sea. Industry is limited and includes the manufacture of textiles, furniture, and utensils. The overall urban economy is commercial and service-oriented. Transportation and facilities related to the Hajj are the main services. Mecca has no airport nor water or rail transportation. It is well served, however, by the Jeddah Seaport and Airport and by intercity truck, bus, and taxi services. A local bus system was established in 1979. Paved roads link Mecca with the main cities of Saudi Arabia and neighboring countries. The governor of the city is the Emir of Mecca Administrative District, who is responsible for the maintenance of law and order in both the city and the administrative district. He is appointed by the king and is immediately responsible to the Minister of the Interior. The municipal council is responsible for the functioning of the municipality. The council was formed after World War II and has 14 members, who are locally elected and are then approved by the Minister of the Interior. Mecca is the capital of Mecca, which includes the cities of Jeddah and Al-If. Mecca depends on the surrounding wadis for drinking water. The waters of Ain Zubaydah spring, built in the 8th century, flow through tunnels from Wadi Man, about 20 miles to the southwest. Azizia spring sends its waters through pipelines from Wadi al-Shamia, about 60 miles to the northeast. Water and electricity have reached almost all houses. Electricity is generated at an oil-fueled power station located on the road to Medina. Free education is provided for both girls and boys from primary to university level. The Al-Qura University, founded 1979, is located in Mecca, as are two university colleges, Madrasat al-Hadith and the Saudi Arabian Institute for Higher Education. Health services and medical care are free and adequate. In spite of careful checking by officials, pilgrims may sometimes bring various illnesses, particularly cholera and cerebrospinal infections, into the city. The health services, however, have been able to keep such problems under control.